Well, good morning, friends. Welcome to Story Time with Blue Bear. The story we have this morning is called The Little Boy and the Starfish. Many of you have probably heard this before. It's an old story. Well, one day, or one night I should say, there was a terrible storm. Oh, y'all have been in some storms, I assume. This was the sort of storm that didn't just tear branches off trees, it tore trees. Right? Ripped them. You ever heard a tree crack? Like, you usually hear twigs and branches crack. You hear a full tree just, it echoes, right? And all night, the storm was just raging. And this was on a coast by the water, like ocean, if you know what that is. And the waves had been very fierce. I'm talking 30-foot waves. You know how high 30 feet is? And tens of thousands of starfish, little tiny starfish, the type you just see in movies and stuff, had been beached on the shore. Tens of thousands of them, so many, just the whole beach was littered all the way down out of sight. And as you know, in the morning, when the tide goes out, the sun rises, anything like whales that are beached or seals or whatever, they fry if they can't get back into the water. And starfish can't walk on the land very well. Well, that morning, there was an old man, must have been 90 years old. Long white grayish hair, right? Real sagely looking. Well, this old man, he'd lived many years, and he'd seen many things. And he thought he knew a lot about the world. He was no fool. In fact, the way you become not a fool is by having been fooled by others. Right? It's only once you've been taken advantage of enough times you wisen up, as they say. Well, this was how this man saw the world. But oh, did he have something in common for him today. Well, the old man, every morning he got up really early because he was the last person in his family. His wife had died, his brothers and sisters had died. He'd been living a long time, like I said. So he was kind of jaded to the world, right? He was cynical, didn't have many people around him anymore. And every morning he'd go down to the beach with his journal. He would journal his thoughts, for he knew that was a good mental activity, especially for those who live alone. It's good to see what you think. In fact, you don't know what you say until you see what you think. Anyway, just thinking through it. The old man's journaling, looking at all these starfish, when out of nowhere, way down the beach, when something's way far away, it's basically like a tiny speck, and as it comes towards you, it gets larger. Well, this old man, he squinted. Oh, he had his brows, the long whiskery hair came down over his eyes, so it's almost like he had to hold his eyelashes up, or his eyebrows up, so he could see out. So a young boy, and I'm talking young, 5 years old tops, right? Not even elementary school yet, coming towards him. One at a time, the boy was picking up the starfish, throwing it in the water, right? Picked up another starfish, threw it in the water. Remember, tens of thousands of starfish. Even if you picked up 10 a minute, right? How many minutes would it take you to get to 10,000? You did the math. Well, the old man walked over to the boy. Because 5-year-olds can talk, they've got their words. He said, "Boy, what are you doing?" And the boy stopped and looked up at him. Starfish, threw it back in the water. He said, "I'm saving the starfish." And the old man said, "But surely, you can't save them all, right? You really can't make a difference. It's too many, right? Wasting your time. It's like trying to pick up all the grains of sand on the beach. We're trying to sweep all the sand into one pile, right? It's not going to happen." And this little boy, he looked at the old man for a long time. Because remember, this is like the pinnacle of what a wise old person would look like. And he looked down the beach, and he grabbed a starfish, and he picked it up, and he looked at it, and he looked at the old man, and he threw it far into the ocean, and said, "I made a difference to that starfish." And he held the old man's eye for just a second longer, just enough to, make the old man feel it, even as a 5-year-old. Children have power sometimes. And then the young boy continued to move on his way, picking up starfish and throwing them into the water. And the old man watched the boy for a long time. And then he put away his journal, and he too began to pick up the starfish and throw them into the water. And in no time, that beach was clear of starfish. So, I would like you to think about what the moral of the story is. What did the little boy teach the old man that day? Or normally it goes the other way. Right? Normally the old teach the young. But if the old are wise, they too will continue learning from anywhere they find teaching, including the young. So, thank you for coming to Storytime with Blue Bear. As always, I am the storyteller. Have a great day.